Thank you, Shadow Stephen. Welcome to all the folks at home of the Hollywood Squares, the new Hollywood Squares. Hello, Squares.
Hello, John.
It is Monday, and here we are once again. We have a challenger on my left. She looks very sharp. Sherri Cuffle. Welcome, Sherri, to our show. Hi, Sherri. Tell the stars what you do so we can get to know you.
Well, I'm a native Californian. I currently live in Orange County with my husband, Mark, and my brand new baby boy, Andrew Mackenzie.
Oh, how old is Andrew Mackenzie?
7 months.
7 months. Great. Your mic doesn't work, but you have a brand new baby, and we're glad you're here. Good luck on the show. Now, our reigning champion is Richard Bryan, $3,800. He's already won. Richard, tell the stars something about yourself once again, and welcome back.
Sure. I'm originally from Iowa. I work part-time for a tour company, and I'm glad to be back.
You know what? You've already run $3,800, a trip to Tampa, Florida, a trip to Antigua, a whole bunch of kitchen appliance worth thousands of dollars. Plus, you have a 50-50 chance of winning one of these beautiful cards today if you win the show. So good luck.
Thank you.
Here's how you do well on the squares. You win tic-tac-toe. 3 squares across, down, or diagonally, or you acquire as many squares as you can. Winning each game will receive $500 in cash. Whoever has the most money by the end of the show will have a chance to drive away in a beautiful Chevrolet. As always, our challenger starts. Sherri, pick a square. Let's get started.
Joan Rivers, please.
Joan Rivers is in this. Hi, Joan.
Hi, John. Hello,
Welcome back from Florida. You've been touring around. A song entitled Can't You Feel It? Can't You Feel It? Recently made news as the official song of what?
Yeah. The Dr. Ruth show. It was,
Can't You Feel It?
and I love Dr. Ruth. I love her husband, Mr. Ruth, and I love her daughter, Baby. But it's just, no, I believe, and I don't know, but I think it's the Special Olympics.
Special Olympics. Sherri, what do you think?
I agree.
The Winter Olympics. You're on the right track. X gets a square. Richard, pick a square.
Hey, Jim J. Bullock, please.
Jim J. Bullock. Jim? Before I ask you this question, I always thought that you came from outer space or something, but no.
No.
The people who produced you are here today. Your mom and dad.
Yes, my mom and dad are here. Where are they?
Where are they? Stand up, the Bullock.
Oh, look, there they are. You'll see that picture in every post office across America.
But Jim, now your folks are here. Now you should know something here. George
hope
Washington, Jim. George Washington originally said them. Every president since has traditionally added these same 4 words to the inaugural oath that are not in the Constitution. What words? What are these 4 words?
I know this. Is my fly open?
Your parents are here.
Oh, they know. I joke with them all the time about that. Right, Mama? Right.
4 words that George Washington added just ad lib, and they actually been put in the inaugural oath. What words are they, James?
Oh, I will guess I do solemnly swear.
Richard, what do you think?
I disagree.
So help me God. X gets the square. Sherri, what are you going to do?
Richard Simmons.
Richard Simmons is here. Richard, welcome back.
How are you?
Pretty good. We're glad to have
Have you
you
been
back.
doing your sit-ups and push-ups?
Yes, all the time, yes.
Have you been doing your tushy work?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
It's so much fun. Richard, what do Germans call a pot roast of beef marinated in vinegar, sugar, and various seasonings?
Simple. It's gas. You'll get gas. No, it's a very old German dish called Wiener Schnitzel.
Wiener Schnitzel,
And it's made
Sherri,
with-
this is for the block. What do you think?
I'll agree.
Sauerbraten. Can't put an X there. Got to earn it yourself. Richard, over to you. Pick a square.
Richard Simmons for the win.
Richard Simmons for the win.
Okay.
Richard, if you have thinning hair, now
You know, this is all a hair transplant.
is it a, well, you did. Is it a good idea to continue brushing it?
It's a good idea to look in the brush. You know, there's more hair here than here. No, it's very good to brush your hair because it massages the hair follicles. And before you know it, they'll start growing again.
He says it's a good idea. Richard, this is for the win. What do you think?
I agree.
The answer is it can put too much tension on the roots and worsen the situation. Circle gets the square. Sherri, you're still in there. Pick a square.
Paul Rodriguez, please.
Paul Rodriguez has a new series. Paul, congratulations on your new series.
Thank you, John.
Every Tuesday night,
Trial and
Trial
error.
and error,
Right.
yes. And we know that you're error and the other guy's a lawyer, so he's trial, yes.
Right.
In basketball terms.
And by the way, my show is not for the common person. It's only
not.
for those 2,500 Nielsen families out there. Only they should watch.
I see.
Everybody else, it's not for you.
But, Paul, in basketball terms, you play basketball at all?
Oh, yeah, sure, man.
It doesn't really matter, but what does it mean when you toss an air ball?
Okay. Basically, I think what it means is that, like, you shoot at the rim and you don't touch the rim, no board, no nothing.
Sherry, what do you think?
I disagree.
No, he's exactly right. A shot that misses the hoop and everything. X gets the square. Richard, you're still in there. What are you going to do?
Andrew Stevens to win.
Andrew Stevens from Dallas. Andrew. What a guy. You are so good on Dallas.
Well, thank you, John.
You're evil. Well, you're not evil, but you're
Not evil at all. I'm actually a very nice guy.
You're sleazy, though.
You watch it, John.
You're like a young J.R. something. You're wonderful on the show.
Well, thank you.
Yes.
Thank
Aren't
you.
you kind of deceptive, aren't you? Yes.
Yes.
Andrew, New Mexico is the land of enchantment. Remember that? Illinois is the land of Lincoln. Where is the land of opportunity?
Well, John, it must be Utah, because that's where old Roberts got all that money before God called him home. I would say, John, that if it weren't the land of opportunity in California, we wouldn't all be living here.
Saying California is the land of opportunity. Richard, this is for the win. It's worth $500. What do you think?
I disagree.
Arkansas X gets the square. We're off and running. Secret Square game is next. Let's hear it for the Hollywood Square. Game number 2 is always our secret square game, and I bet Shadow Stevens knows something about that secret square.
John, it's a trip to the Caribbean Isle of St. Kitts. St. Kitts. We'll fly you and a companion from Los Angeles aboard Delta Airlines with standard and wide-body service. You may visit the exclusive Crown Room Lounge experience at warm and friendly hospitality and flight furnished by Delta Airlines, and you'll enjoy a 6-night, 7-day vacation on the remote and romantic Caribbean island of St. Kitts. You'll stay at the Rollins Plantation Inn, which offers 12 acres of gardens, a swimming pool, horseback riding, grass tennis courts, and catamaran sailing.
Let's reveal our secret square to our home audience only. Sherry, you have to catch up. Pick a square.
Rivers, please.
Joan Rivers is in the center.
Now we got to catch up.
Joan, its head contains up to 500 gallons of pure oil. What is it?
Sylvester Stallone. A whale.
A whale, she said. Sherry, what do you think?
I disagree.
It's a whale, specifically a sperm whale. X gets the square. Richard, pick a square.
Hey, Daphne Maxwell Reed.
Hey, Daphne Maxwell Reed. Daphne,
Hey,
you get
those
the
dollars
award
paid off.
for the cutest hat on the show.
Oh,
and
thank you.
congratulations on Frank's place.
Thank you. We're so proud of that show.
Daphne, I want everyone at home and in the audience to take some pennies out of his or her pockets. Take all your pennies out. And Daphne, you'll notice on the screen, this penny, which you're about to see, has a little S below the date. Can you see the little bitty S?
Yes, I see it.
That means it was made in San Francisco, San Francisco Mint. This one, next penny, has a little D below the date. That means it was made at the Denver Mint. But you'll notice that this penny has no mint mark, no letter. Where was it made, Daphne?
In, Washington, D.C.
Richie, what do you think? She's Washington, D.C.?
I agree.
Philadelphia. It's the only mint for coins that has no mark on its pennies. Circle gets the square. Sherry, over to you. He's helped you out.
Jim J. Bullock, please.
Jim J. Bullock. Hi, Jim. Oh, Jim, your mom and dad were screaming so loud I couldn't hear. You are the secret
Mom,
square.
pipe down, Mom.
Congratulations. This for that trip to the Caribbean.
Oh, this is
Mom.
like too exciting for me. I mean, you know, Secret Square, my folks are here. I'm very thrilled.
This is a trip to the Caribbean. The difference with this is you have to take Jim's folks with you on this trip. Here's the question. Who was the first Chief Justice of the United States Supreme Court? The very first one. Was it John Marshall, John Jay, or Oliver Wendell Holmes? Trip to the Caribbean, James.
John Jay.
He says laughingly, John J. Sherri, what do you think?
I disagree.
John J. 1795. The man is smarter than he looks. X gets a square. Richard, pick a square.
Richard Simmons for the win.
Richard Simmons.
I just don't eat German food.
Richard, this is for the win now.
I don't eat German food because, I was really upset about it. You know what I mean?
Richard, that has nothing to do with this question.
Okay.
Do most American adults skip breakfast?
Do you know that this morning I was in my car driving down the street and there was a lady in her car eating a burrito for breakfast?
Yeah.
I would say that most people skip breakfast. Yes, I promise.
Richard,
Most people.
For the
Most
win.
people.
He said most people skip breakfast. What do you think?
I agree.
60% of us do eat breakfast. Circle gets the square.
I don't believe it. I want to see it. I want to see it. I want to feel it. I want
Terry
to feel
Lynn
it.
and Ron Moss.
Yes, Terry and Ron. Terry Lynn and Ron Moss. And the bold and the beautiful.
I didn't know if you were going to call on this here.
Congratulations on your fabulous soap opera game.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Your brother and sister on the show, and you play it so well. A new Roper poll, though, asked people in their 20s and 30s what was the #1 thing they needed to make them feel romantic. What did the solid majority of them say?
Well, I think the obvious answer to me would be a partner. Well, okay, let's see.
The sunset. Candlelight.
Candlelight, something like that. Something real romantic that you would want and you would like light and that gives the guy
moonlight.
something to do while he's getting, the
What is the
underarms
majority?
Okay, wait.
Let's go with
Candlelight.
candlelight.
What do you say?
Candlelight.
Candlelight. Sherri, what do you think? This is for the win.
I disagree.
Music was the #1 choice. Circle gets the square. $500. We have a tie. We'll be right back. Stay with us. We'll take a break.
The address and phone number on your screen is for free tickets to Hollywood Squares. You just let us know the dates and you'll be in L.A. Send us a self-addressed stamped envelope and we'll see you here.
Welcome back. In case we don't have time to complete our last question, at the sound of this horn, we'll finish the question. Each X-Note will be worth $200. We have a tie. Richard, what are you going to do?
Okay, Joan Rivers, please.
Joan Rivers is in the center. Joan, you know what? May is coming. May the 14th and Saturday and Sunday, May the 15th at the Omni Star Theater in Livonia, Michigan.
Yes.
You're going to
Great.
be doing your live show and knocking them dead.
I hope so.
Have a wonderful show. I wish I could be there.
Well,
But-
John, you wanted too much money.
But in, but in India, think about India.
Ah, yes.
It took 20,000 men over 22 years to do it. But in the year 1650, they were finally done. What did they do?
The king's tax return. No. They built a Taj Mahal.
22 years, Richard.
It was my contractor.
What do you think, Richard?
I agree.
That's it. X gets a square. Taj Mahal. Sherri, pick a square.
Daphne Maxwell Reed, please.
Daphne Maxwell Reed from Frank's Place. Daphne,
Yes.
can you burn sugar?
Ooh, I can do it real good. And when I do, it becomes brown and sticky, and it becomes caramel, so I guess the answer would be yes.
She says yes. Sherri, what do you think?
Yes, I agree.
No, sugar will char, but will not burn. It'll char, but not burn. X gets a square. Richard, we're back to you.
Paul Rodriguez for the win.
Paul Rodriguez is here. Paul, it is a mixture of gases that extend...
You gases? Come on. Man, it sounds like another
Burrito, Joan. It's
question.
another burrito.
Wait to hear it. This is not burrito. Just like it's a mixture of gases that extends from the Earth's surface into outer space. What do we call it?
Campaign speeches. We call them Democrats.
That's okay. That was clever. From the Earth's surface all the way into outer space, what do we call it? A mixture of gases, Paul?
Now go with me on this one, because I know this answer. It's the ozone layer, I believe.
This is for the win. Richard, what do you think?
I agree.
The answer is air or atmosphere. Circle gets the square. You blocked yourself. Sherri, pick a square.
Jim J. Bullock, please.
Jim J. Bullock. Hi, Jim.
Hi, Don. Hi, Sherri.
Jim Hammertoes Huh? I don't know how you get these questions. Hammer toes are toes that are permanently what?
Nailed to your shoes.
Jay likes it. Would we ask such a silly question?
Flat.
Sherry, he says hammer toes are permanently flat. What do you think?
I disagree.
Curl. They're caused by a joint deformity, but let's not talk about it. Circle gets the square. Richard, take a square.
Andrew Stevens, the block.
Andrew Stevens is on Dallas, and boy, is he good. Hi, Andrew. Hi, Jack. Within 5 years, Andrew, what's the maximum lifespan of a typical canary?
A canary.
What's the typical lifespan?
Well, I suppose it would depend on how smart your cat was. Within 5 years?
In 5 years.
Well, none of mine have ever lasted too long. I'll say 5 years.
Richard, this is for the block. What do you think?
I disagree.
24 years. You must not be feeding him right. X gets a square. Sherry, pick a square.
Shadow Stevens, please.
Shadow Stevens. Hi, Shadow.
Oh, it's pressure time again. I always bring up the rear, so to speak.
This is the horn. That means this could tie it up if Circle gets the square and we go to a tie-breaking question. Shadow, it's always exciting when we call on you.
Okay, then.
Shadow, we've just gone through a chipper. You've just gone through a chipper.
Sure.
A digester. And a blow pit. What are you now?
It's so funny that the people on this show must read the same articles, because I was reading the New York Times. I was just in New York. And I read all about this. I would be a bomb detector. It's a Secret Service name for bomb detectors.
Sherry?
Hard to believe.
You can tie it up right here. He says a chipper, a digester, and a blow pit. You've just gone through that. He says that's what bomb detectors have to do. What do you think?
I disagree.
Good for you. Paper. That's how you make paper, Shadow. Circle gets a square. We go to a tie-breaking question. Richard, take a square.
Yeah, Terry Ann Lynn, Ron Moss for the win. Please.
Terry Ann Lynn and Ron Moss from the Bold and the Beautiful. Hi, gang. Hi. According to a recent USA Today poll, what is the average teenage girl's favorite leisure activity?
Boys.
Boys? Teenage boys, yes.
No, we're just kidding.
It would have to be...
Gossiping. Talking on the phone. What do you think? We'll go with
Favorite
that.
leisure activity. You're saying talking on the phone.
Talking on the phone.
Richard, it all gets down to this. What do you think?
I disagree.
Shopping is number one. X gets the square. You know what? Our champion is now up to over $5,000, and he's still our champion, Richard Bryan. Congratulations. Sit right there for a second. Sherry, you didn't do so badly. You won yourself 500 crisp new dollar bills, and I bet you're never going to stop watching the Hollywood Squares after this, because you had more fun today than you ever had in your entire life.
I did.
Let's hear it for Sherry Couple, who's been here. Thanks for being here. Brian, you've done so well. You've won a total of $5,300, trip to Tampa, Florida, a trip to Antigua, kitchen appliances, and you're going home with Jim J. Bullock's folks. You have now a 50-50 chance to win one of these beautiful Chevrolets. We've taken away the three least expensive Chevrolets, all right? You have to pick a new key, because now these are the keys. There are two keys here. I'll mix them up, although there's only... Pick one of these keys. Now, 50-50 chance. Which car? It'll start one of them. Which do you want to try? Will you try the S10 Blazer? Will you try the Beretta? Blazer or the Beretta? What do you think, Richard?
The Beretta.
The Beretta. And Richard, with his good luck celebrities, right after this. There it is. Talk to Kay Stevens, entertainer, lovely lady
I knew
today.
all the answers.
Or, I'm sure you did. Or Andrew, well, we talked to Andrew Stevens more than enough. Yeah. But we have this beautiful car. Shadow, tell us about the Beretta.
Well, for those who appreciate the not so straight and narrow, a car that appreciates the same, the 1988 Beretta today's Chevrolet.
$11,531. You could add that to all your other winnings. You've done so well, Richard. On the count of three, turn that key. Audience of stars, let's help him out. 1, 2, 3. You can't do this to us, Richard. You know what that means? You'll come back tomorrow. You're our reigning champion. You've won trips to every possible conceivable place in the world. You've won over $5,000. Tomorrow, if you win the show, you'll automatically win one of these beautiful Chevrolets. We hope you'll come back and see if Richard does it tomorrow. It's kind of suspenseful. See you tomorrow in the all-new Hollywood Squares. Bye.
Some of our departing contestants will receive the following: for silky smooth skin, one-touch depilatory removes unwanted hair with no mess or odors from the hair removal specialist Inverness. And Homemakers Trust dromedary cake mixes for taste and quality. They're simple and delicious. The next time you bake a dromedary cake. And shift into high gear with French toast sportswear by Lollytog. For boys and girls, infants to teens. And what's the secret behind great taste in Italian meals? Ragu spaghetti sauce. That's Italian. Woo.
Follow Scott Bakula on an incredible journey through time on Quantum Leap tonight at 7. Followed by the First Lady of Mystery, Angela Lansbury, in Murder, She Wrote, tonight at 8, right here on USA.